I made a post on Instagram saying that whoever came up with the idea that a predominantly female-led sales force needs a men's panel, they need to hear from the men. I want them to know their mom's a hoe. Oh, hello. So this is going to be part thrizzle of the everything that happened at Monations 2025. I think this is my fourth year in a row. It's so fun covering this because they had just one of the biggest falls from grace that I've seen for MLMs, like as far as their conference goes. You ready to feel uncomfortable? Let's kick it off. All right, so I have this screenshot I took from a gal pal's story, and you can see it. I have the name blurred out, but you can see it. And it's always interesting to me to see what other people in MLMs will or will not post, because I never would have gotten away with posting this in the MLM I was in the Christian-based, God-fearing MLM I was in. You wouldn't see anybody posting something like this. So salacious. Just to take a picture. I think it's supposed to be like a funny, this is how I'm taking pictures of my friends moment, but it was really raunchy and really strange and I couldn't understand it, but that's okay because she did it again. Might be my favorite pic yet, and she's taking a picture of herself taking a picture like this. I don't know the joke. I don't care if this is what she likes to do. I just think it's funny. If this is what she likes to post, if she likes it, I love it. But it's just interesting because Monat is one of those MLMs where people will dress in a certain way at their conventions that you would never. When I was in itworks, by the way, you would never dress like that. You would never say certain things on your stories. Like, you had to be super brand safe and super conscious of what you're posting, and certainly nothing with your legs apart in the air. Multiple times, might I add. All the little companies, kids jumping into the family business young. And oh wait, no, this is during the karaoke session. It's important that everybody gets their phone out and pretends like they're having fun because it's all on camera and it's all part of the thing, even though it's all manufactured. And then you get people's kids involved on stage. And that's not to say that these kids couldn't possibly be having a genuinely good time. That's not what I'm saying. I am drinking tea, by the way. Oh, I took the tea bag out so it wouldn't be too strong. It was on sale. It's like mint something or another. I'm glad they didn't have everyone parade their children out for this to get on the stage, because why do you need a bunch of people filming your kid? Why do a bunch of strangers need video of your kid on stage? So I'm glad they didn't have like everybody's kid on stage. I'm not sure who these blurred out children are from. I do think it's weird to put them on stage because it's weird to use children as pawns for advertising your MLM stuff. Like, it's not really related to children. So putting the kids on the stage, to me, adds to their whole thing of, oh, well, if you can't bring your kids to your work event, then it's not for me. I don't want to be there because I bring my kids to my conference. Where's the ear protection? Sometimes I see an occasional child or two with ear protection, and I'm like, yay. Why don't other people have ear protection? Like, they don't think about that. And the music's blasting early in the morning at a lot of these conventions that I've covered. And why are these kids on the stage? This is for the moms, right? This is for the moms to become further emotionally invested. What are they supposed to think next? Oh, next year it'll be my kid on stage. Why is your child needing to be a part of your job when the products really don't relate to children, do they? Oh, I don't think so. I'm still without my lashes because I'm not spending $13 on some press-on lashes I wear for a couple hours once a month. I just don't feel like doing that. I just wait till they go on sale at Ulta, like 50% off, and then I just buy a ton. And when they're out, they're out. It's gone. It's a done deal. Because I'm not doing mascara. Because that's going to ruin my life. All right. This is a script. And I found scripts really useful. Because there's nothing genuine for me trying to get people to buy things that I know for a fact they don't need. Here we go. We can take a look at a club full of Monat moms. Oh, whoop whoop. It's a nightclub with the lights on. What's better than that? hey, do you want to go to a nightclub and we can all see each other really well being wasty pants? Does not sound like a good time? Oh no? Yeah, me either. Why? Why am I why am I in my 30s and I'm not good at drinking anything? This is tea. I'm not good at drinking it. And then they kind of give you a look at the nightclub and it looks like there's some food and there's a lot of people in the nightclub. So I am curious if anybody knows. You guys have been so helpful because I don't know all the little details and I do not care to talk to these people. No, thank you. What are the qualifications to get into the nightclub? Is it for everybody? Do they have to pay? Do some people have to pay and some people get in for free to get that FOMO involved? Oh, here we go. Operational stats. 6.4 million products, 1.6 million orders, and how many of them are just to the distributors themselves? Because this company isn't tracking what happens to the product after you buy it. Like, let's say you've been one of these people who was sold a dream about how, oh, you can just buy extra products during your auto ship and then just sell them to people in person. Like if you happen to see someone or have someone come over for some sort of party, even though I don't think they're supposed to be washing, most of them, the unqualified people, I don't think they're supposed to be offering a shampoo service. But let's say they were doing something adjacent to that or similar to that. Maybe that could be a way that they were led to believe that they could sell that product. But it's interesting that, this is statistical data, super complete, super official, super reliable data, referring to the last 12 months. But it's interesting that it's very selective what they're showing you, and it's very, very surface level numbers. So you can't really see where that stuff is going. And I understand that they probably don't have that data of what's happening to the products after they've been purchased at the company, because why would they care? They got the real customers of the MLM to buy the product, bada bing, bada boom. That's a job well done in their books. Open bar and club, rent it out for us. Monat truly couldn't be better to us. They actually could do it a lot more for you. And I hope even if it takes a lot of time, if there's a Monat queen watching this, you're gorgeous, you're beautiful, and you deserve better, and you can do better. You are above an MLM. I promise. I promise you can do better. You deserve better. You deserve to get paid for all that work you do. You deserve to get paid for it, and not just for when you make a sale. It would make sense if it was genuinely the entirety of Monat was just like regular business, and then they had like an affiliate stream where people could just post a link. Oh, I happen to be using this. But not when people are religiously posting and making short form content for free, having loads of conversations that lead to almost nowhere, if their experience is anything like mine, leading nowhere, for free, voluntarily defending their MLM in anti-MLMers comment sections like their life depends on it, for free, because the business model and the products don't speak for themselves. You got to speak for it. That's a red flag. But sure, they couldn't be better to you. Meet the #1 income earner for this year. Oh, and I'm not gonna name names right now. Like, that's not what my channel's about. But this is the girl who, in one of my past videos, I just thought it was funny that she was so humble, just a humble servant of the Lord, because instead of getting on her jet to go with some man I probably can't stand, she went to go to the Jesus service. What a true follower of Christ. Am I right? But now she's being treated like a celebrity in the MLM, which is so weird when you think about it. But this girl took a picture with her like this girl is gonna give a shit. And if we're operating under this made-up scenario where top MLM boss babes are considered celebrities, this lady is not going to think about you after she takes this picture. In fact, it's probably just going to add to whatever ego situation she has going on, but it's not going to be about this girl who's like, oh my God, will you take a picture with me? It's not going to be about her personally, but the girl who wanted to take the picture with this top boss babe is going to walk away feeling, oh my gosh, I got a picture with my favorite boss babe. How do I know? Because that was me. And I have a picture of one of my old videos. I have a picture of me with the top boss babe who I just loved her approach. At first it was very like abrasive, but she was, she's gonna tell it like it is. And I fell for that. And then I really liked her approach. It seemed really different, and she was really against the cold messaging. So she said, and now she just reads tarot on TikTok Live. And I don't know if I love or hate that. I have mixed feelings about it. I am glad she's out of MLM though. Oh, of course, the Monat church service. They have a little garden wall in front of it and they have some food. They have some food. Wow, if that was me, I I think I would go to the church service and just eat and leave. When I used to be a believer, I guess it was mostly when I was like a minor. The most exciting events for me, church related, was the fellowship meetings or events because there would always be food. And if you grew up how I grew up, it was a very special time to try new treats and delicious, flavorful, new and exciting food options. That was it for me. That was like a highlight in my life. And so maybe I would go and I would just stand there and eat all the food until somebody dragged me away. I wouldn't care. Go get full of the Holy Spirit. I'm going to get full on these snacks. They had seats for 600 people and there are people standing everywhere. Oh, so they didn't really plan for you guys that well. And of course, we have the moms in the back with their kids because nothing says I love you like indoctrinating your child before they can make any single choice for themselves, before they can consent to that. Oh, you're not familiar with spiritual consent. That might be a little too woke. But I think it's important. And I think it's weird that people who believe so deeply in whatever their spiritual thing that they want to force upon their children, they don't think, oh, this thing is, because they think it's real. They think it's real and a very serious thing, but they also think, and let me force it on my child who doesn't understand what I'm saying, who cannot consent to any of these beliefs, and who is so malleable that they could very well grow up and not be able to see things from anyone else's perspective. Because I'm sure you know someone like that. I know many who cannot think differently and cannot shake themselves out of this mold. And maybe you want that, and I'll be here judging. Oh, and here we have the same boss babe who's on stage last year singing on the stage for the worship concert. Oh, sorry, worship rehearsal. She's doing it again this year. All right, so it looks like some of these Huns were walking through some part of Vegas. I'm guessing one of the buildings. And this girl, the caption on the bottom says, the band is leading us from the theater all the way through the Las Vegas hotel to the club that we are shutting down. The club that Monat rented out for you. All right. I'm sure there won't be any boring, watered down, uninteresting music played there. Everyone was lining up in the casino taking our pictures and videos. Ha ha ha. Was it of you or was it of people playing the music? And it just looked like some procession for some reason.
8 years ago, I was overworked, underpaid, living paycheck to paycheck. I charged $300 to a credit card to start this business. So $10 million tonight.
So I obviously have it blurred, but I just think it's funny. He's standing there with the baby, as he should. He's standing there with the baby and she's talking about, yeah, I charged $300 to the credit card. And he's like, let's say they are taking a good chunk home that they can like live off of and whatever. Let's say the profit is looking good because she's a very successful top boss babe. She is one of the few that seems to be making money from this. Maybe it's bygones be bygones, but to me, $300 for some shit like this, I can see how someone would take that as a betrayal.
It isn't just about commissions. It's not just a number. It's the proof. Proof that women can play this game at the highest level.
Not many of them, though. Not many can play this game at this level and win. Actually, next to none. Next to none. Per your MLM's income disclosure statement.
Win. Proof that God's plan will take you places your plan never could. It's proof that ordinary women...
Yep, because that's what you need to tell most of the people in the crowd who aren't really bringing home much, if anything. That's what you need to tell them. You need to hit them in the easy points. It's easier, I feel, to manipulate people via Jesus if they already believe in that shit. So then they already have an in with you. So they're more likely, I would think, to believe whatever shit you're selling.
Like me, can build extraordinary empires when they stop asking.
Please don't ever refer to your 1099 contract employee status at this MLM that is just wasting away as an empire. Because if it's an empire and they could just turn your account off tomorrow, really what do you have? And then if you took those people to some other MLM, you might be looking at a lawsuit. You may or may not, depending on how petty that MLM is. And to that I say, I don't know if I care.
Why me? And start saying, watch me. Deep. Walking the stage with my son tonight is proof for every woman in this room that we are raising a generation. Tonight is proof for every woman in this room that we are raising a generation who will grow up believing they can do anything that they put their minds to because they watch their moms do it first.
The sentiment is nice, but once again, we're using women's children to get them to stay in the MLM because you can't win if you quit, right? The only real losers in MLM are the quitters and the naysayers. And you don't want your kid to see you lose, do you? They need to see you lose money in an MLM time after time. Well, not that you should be telling them about that stuff, but they need to watch you spend all this time on your phone with no real return to show for it, considering that most women aren't making money in this MLM. So why would they need to see that?
If I can do this, you can do it too. Hold the vision, block out the noise, and start moving like it's already yours. 15 million.
And this kid does not want to be there at all. This poor kid's like, get me off of this stage right now.
$15 million. But before we celebrate that number, I want you to feel the journey. Because this isn't all about money. It's about who we became in the process of creating it. A year ago, 2 years ago, 8 years ago, most of you were sitting in jobs that didn't honor your potential. You were accepting the...
I think it's their husbands, because why would a random man be standing there on stage? But I think it's their husband standing behind him. Both her husband and the girl before, they're just like, meep, moop, meep, beep, beep, smile. You know, like they're not really into it, it seems.
Bare minimum when you were meant for more. You were living in that painful gap of who you knew you were inside and what your reality reflected back to you. Some of you were afraid to dream too big. And look at you now.
What a boring speech. I honestly, should we listen to the rest of it? I don't know if I want to. It's so annoying hearing these tired, recycle. It's almost like an infomercial. Like you can just rattle off shit like this and people are going to clap if they're in an MLM.
You stopped explaining your dreams to people who couldn't see your vision. You stopped asking for permission.
You tried to shut down the haters and you decided to give up because they just don't get it. And you can't make people see your vision the way you do. And so you just have to leave people behind sometimes.
To want more.
You stopped asking permission to want more. Really, what the fuck do you mean by that? Are we insinuating that these women have to like ask their husband's permission to want more? Or they need to ask their best friend's permission to want more? I think people don't really ask permission to want more. They just kind of want it. Like, please shut up.
But here's what I'm most proud of. You didn't just build wealth, you built character. You didn't just create an income, you created an impact.
A negative impact. You negatively impacted so many people that you made it to the $15 million club. Congratulations. You've negatively impacted the most people. Great job.
For every woman that you've mentored, every life you've touched, every dream you've helped someone else believe in, that's your real legacy. $15 million is not our destination. It's our 15 bricks to our foundation. Because you're not just building wealth, you're building legacies.
I thought she was going to say, you're building mine, bitch. I'm building the wealth of these people standing behind me.
You're not just changing your own lives, you're changing your children's lives.
Again, involving the children, because the business and the products are not enough. They're not that great.
You're proving that a woman's place is wherever she decides to put herself.
Yes.
So when people ask you how we did it, tell them this. $15 million is just the beginning. Because when the Monat family unites with the...
No place like home, and there's like confetti falling everywhere, clapping, celebration. Who's ready to dream bigger with me now? DM me. Dream bigger, and I'll get back to you within 24 to 72 hours, because she's just so busy at a conference. She can't get back to everybody right now, guys. Oh, here we go. This is super valuable. If you've been gone from Monat, this is how we've changed in the last year. It's so wild to see how much we have innovated and evolved. One of my favorite things about Monat is they listen and implement. It's seriously the best place to work. In what regard? The best place to work is the one where you don't hate your job and you take home a good paycheck. Let's start with that. If you used to do Monat and you're watching, trust me when I tell you this company is going to keep getting better and bigger, and this is your chance to be a part of it. Re-enroll with me this month for $49.99. Really, it does remind me of the MLM when I was in at the time. I'm not sure what it's like now, but when we would say the exact same things, probably for a different price, but like the exact same things about how if you quit, now is the time to get back. And I promise you don't want to miss out. You can re-enroll with me as your upline, because maybe you didn't have a good experience before. But you can re-enroll with me, and I want to take you to the top with me. Please let it die. Okay, oh, here's a little look at the AI assistant that they launched for these Monat. Precise questions, powerful answers. You can use, like, I think it means 0 to 20 characters. It seems like ask anything. Anything? MPs with the highest PV. Why would you need to know that? Oh, right, the FOMO to keep you in. Who's close to ranking up? Show me who is in Power Start. Like in regards to your team or in regards to everyone in Monat? Like, why does everybody need this? Making our lives so much easier and our businesses way more efficient. I'm obsessed. Seems like a waste of time. Oh, here, let's listen to a little moment. This is from the girl who, she was in Monat. I covered one of her videos before. I loved her energy. It was just misplaced in the MLM. I kind of saw like her approach to stuff similar to how I approached similar topics when I was in my MLM. And so I loved her energy. I like her vibe. I love what she has going on for herself. Just not the MLM crap.
Discipline over emotion when it comes to posting, okay? So, because let's be real, you're not always going to feel like posting, okay? But the truth is, the video you didn't post could have been the one that changed your entire business.
Yet it probably won't be. Because if you're not one of these huns who are, for one reason or another, getting good engagement on your posts, the 1 out of the 100 you've created in the past couple weeks probably won't do it either. It's very hard to get the proof of the pudding. It's very hard to get the algorithm to care about what you're putting out there. It helps if you're getting shout outs from like other creators who can like help you follow and stuff, but that's not going to happen a lot in MLM, because that's your competition. Everywhere you look is your own competition. You recruit your own competition in MLM, and you have to sit there and make it make sense in your head so you can go to sleep at night and keep doing it.
Emotion is fleeting. All right, discipline creates consistency, and TikTok rewards consistency, period, end of story, okay? So if you're feeling burnt out, take a day.
I don't really know if that's true. I tried to really hard, like I think two years ago, I tried really hard to do a lot of, and even consistently so, a lot of short form content, and it just didn't hit. And I just stopped, because really at the end of the day, I don't care. And I'm not going to post a bunch of shit for like a 3-cent commission. I'm really just not, when I already hate it. I would rather just do YouTube, because I actually enjoy I like to consume longer form content, and I like to make longer form content, because it helps me express my ideas and my meanings with more. I need more time to explain things.
Off, but not a week, all right? No weeks off. But it's way harder to get back in the rhythm of things if you step too far away.
Yeah, but you're going to be making all this content for free unless you make it into like the TikTok creator insights or you get people to buy it on TikTok. And I'm not really privy to the ins and outs of that, about how money works on TikTok, much less with this MLM. Like, can anybody sell these products via TikTok shop, or do you have to be a Monat market partner to sell the products with TikTok? Like, I really just don't know how that works. And I hate it all around because TikTok used to say that they don't want MLM content on there. Not that they ever did anything about it, but now they're just hook, line, and sinker letting them do it.
So one of the most helpful things you can do is time block, all right? Know when you're posting and stick to it. And if you feel stuck, set a 10-minute timer, scroll intentionally, and use this time as research. Don't go down the rabbit hole and, all of a sudden you're in doom scrolling. 10-minute timer, all right? Look at what's working and ask, how can I spin on this? And the numbers don't lie. We're climbing fast. We're now ranked.
You're not showing us that. No one has pulled up, for me anyway, good enough data to sit here and analyze and see how they're not just manipulating the marketing and the language around it to make it look like something it's not, to dress up a pile of doo-doo with a bow on top, because that's what I've seen so far. I'm not seeing enough information that would make me go, yes, I am having a change of heart. Yes, I do see how these numbers are good. Yes, I do think this is complete enough data. Yes, I am seeing what was used to compile the sample size. Like, I'm not getting anything to scrutinize with, and therefore it just seems like marketing to the real customer, this entire conference. All of the facts and the statistics and the data, it's all just watered down hoopla, pomp and circumstance, blah, 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 that they force feed their sales force, which is the distributors.
Number 13 out of hundreds in the entire hair care category on TikTok Shop within just 5 months on the platform, okay? One of the fastest growing beauty marketplaces online. To put that into perspective, in 2024 and 2025, TikTok Shop generated over 467 million in beauty sales in the US alone. And hair care is a major driver of that momentum. This ranking isn't just impressive, it's a clear signal we're making.
And where does Monat fall in that? Because I don't care how, whatever the number is, $1 billion, several $1 billion industry for, beauty or hair care or whatever. That doesn't speak to me if you're not going to tell us where you fall in there, with the likelihood that the people selling it will reach that number. Oh, that's right. They'll never get close. Oh, I remember Blank telling me she will earn her TikTok plaque before Monations, and she sure did that, baby. A plaque for selling your shit on another social media app? Why is there a reward for that? The other ones, I can see how within the context of the MLM, you can make it seem like it means something to you, but you need a plaque for selling on another app. You need a plaque for doing your job. All right, that is going to be it for this video. I am going to go hop, skip, and jump. Actually, I'm going to sit right here, and we are going to roast, scrutinize, hee ha ha about the men's panel and the speaker they had this year. Not the one talking about the big C and using that to motivate people to sell shampoo. Not sure how that plays in. They had another guy, a familiar face. So if you like this video, give it a little likesy-poo. If you have commentary to share with the class, leave that down below. If you super like this video, share it with your besties and make sure you are subscribed so you get to see all of my videos. Thank you guys again, and I will see you in the next one.